What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look, finally, I feel like I've been looking for them forever, at the brand new-ish wave of Marvel Legends Totally Awesome Hulk Build-A-Figure waves, Comander Rodgers, Karnak, and Marvel Boy. Now, I gotta be honest, one of these characters I like, one of these characters I love, and the other character I don't really care about. And to be honest, I'm not really enthusiastic about any of these figures. And I will definitely go into why that is. Trust me. But I just want to apologize ahead of time if I'm not as enthusiastic as I normally am, because there's quite a bit of problems with these guys for me. So, taking a look at the packaging here, we'll go ahead and start off pretty simple. I do like the comic book artwork on the side. I think Karnak looks great. I think the Comander Rodgers looks great. And I do like the Marvel Boy as well. I like that they're all different kinds of styles. If you're looking for these in stores, here's the back of the box as well. I bought them on Amazon, which it seems like Amazon covers right over the barcode for Marvel Boy. I apologize about that. There is Karnak's barcode, and then here is Comander Rodgers if you're looking for it. And then on the other side, which, I don't know, I'm happy that we're going back to the regular packaging, because I don't really like that you can't see who comes with what and the other figures in the wave, because, I don't know, it just seems boring. And then just Marvel at the top and then licensing on the bottom. But, yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and pop these gentlemen open and just hop into it. So getting the boys out of the packaging, yeah, it's 3 repaints of 3 outdated bodies. It's plain and simple. There are things that I like about them. They're not complete like dog you know what, but there's also a lot to not like here. So we're gonna start from my least favorite and then work up to my favorite, but they're all relatively in line with each other in terms of what I like and not like. So starting off, let's take a look at Marvel Boy. Now, I got him for my New Warriors collection. He's one of the few characters that are left. I think all we need now is like Namorita, at least of the main team anyway. I could go deep with that line. I have a big omnibus of them, so I'm a pretty big New Warriors fan. But yeah, he's here. He exists. But is he great? No, he's not. So starting off with the head sculpt, I have to say I'm not a big fan of it. I think the jaw looks huge. Like, honestly, if you were to take off the head, right? Like, this is normally what the head looks like. If you were to kind of just push it in a little bit, like that looks better to me. I don't know what it is, but it looks a little bit better than when you can see the whole jawline. His jaw just looks enormous to me. And I'm not a big fan of the like open mouth, not open mouth kind of thing, like just a little bit of teeth. I don't really like that. The facial expression itself is okay. The little bit of tuft of hair here I think is okay. I don't know, it's just nothing crazy. And then it's just Sunfire mold, and aren't we like done with the Sunfire mold? Or at the very least, why does he have pins? We know that we have the limbs that go on this body that do not have pins. So why do we not use that? I just don't. I don't feel like there's an excuse for that. Even if this was processed before these changes, go back and make the changes. I don't get it. You get a little bit of paint on the arm. Now, these are his accessories, which we'll talk about those in a second. But you do get very nicely sculpted hands and painted hands. These are new, but there's kind of no point in them, is because he only comes with trigger finger hands. And obviously, having trigger finger hands, you're going to want him to be holding the gun. There's kind of no point in doing all that detail work on there when you're just going to have the gun in his hand all the time either. I think a pair of fist hands would have been nice too, because he can throw down when he wants to. So I don't like the painted stuff on the side. I think gold painted on black is kind of an ugly look, but that's not necessarily Hasbro's fault. I just don't like it. And I was never really a big fan of Marvel Boy's outfit, to be completely honest with you. I think they did pretty good with what they were given. If he was pinless, that would have been fantastic, but unfortunately they just decided to not go that route. So yeah, I mean, the paint that is there is nice. You can't really see through the white. I think it's good. The belt is new, which is nice, but it's in that molded gold plastic. So while I don't think it's horrible, there's definitely nothing to write home about. And then obviously you do get the guns that go with him, and I do like these. I think that they're okay. I don't know what this is. Sorry, I won't clean that, but they're okay. Nothing crazy. So obviously the bands are gonna line up with the hands. You can kind of just weave them through and then pop them in his hands. And again, what's kind of annoying too is they do have a little hole in there, but they have no effect pieces to be put in there. And when I would say 90% of your figure, other than the belt, the guns, and the hands and the head, so maybe 85% of your figure is complete reuse with not that much paint, I think you should be putting a little bit more into the box. I also will not be going over articulation for any of these guys because there's no point. You've seen it a million times. But one thing I do want to mention on Marvel Boy drives me nuts. I hate that. Why could you not paint it an extra millimeter? That bothers me to no end. It's just lazy. I don't know. I hate stuff like that. That stuff drives me nuts. Or like when you line up the leg, like that's lined up by the sculpt, but not by the paint. It's just like little stuff. I don't know. It's okay. It's not horrible, I guess, by definition, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Next up, I wanted to like him a lot more, but I knew from the second he was revealed, I was going to be slightly disappointed. We have Karnak. Now, I'm a big Inhumans fan. I really like the Inhumans, and I just hate that Marvel Legends has been dogging them. The Marvel Legends Inhumans team, as of now, looks poopy, and it makes me so sad, and I just wish that they would come back and do a nice box set of them. I saw a lot of people complaining about this guy. I don't think he's as bad as everybody says he is, but he is definitely not very good neither. So one thing I do love is this head sculpt. This head sculpt is great. Big old head, the mustache, the darker green for the mask. It's painted very well. I do wish that the band on like the head, like right here, was painted this metallic green that they used for the forearms and the fists. I think that would have been nice. I also think that the belt should have been painted this metallic green as well. But again, Hasbro does not like painting figures. Now, I want to see... So it's molded in this green, which isn't really an excuse because this is molded in the flesh tone, but they still painted that, so I don't want the excuse that that's okay. He has barely any paint on him. Like, barely any. The paint on the hands and the face and the boots. That is it. That's weak. I don't like that. Like a little bit of paint shading would be nice. I mean, I guess at this point you don't want that because the line is so deep and then things will look out of place, but it's just lazy, especially when you don't paint like extra details like in the belt and on the head. I mean, that's just my opinion. So he looks okay. Nothing really to write home about. I just like him as a character better than Marvel Boy, so I put him above him. But I honestly think that Marvel Boy objectively is a little bit better because he does have more paint on him and a couple bit more new parts. I don't know, but yeah, this is just not my favorite, especially considering in terms of accessories, you just get an interchangeable pair of hands. So you can get a full set of flats and a full set of fists. For a character like Karnak, do something you did like with Shang-Chi. Give him a whole bunch of hands. That would have been amazing, but they did not decide to do that. So in the end, you just get a pretty basic figure that I think it was Unparalleled Universe who said like, it already feels outdated. Like I already feel like I need an update. The goal should be to make figures that when the customer buys it, they're like, I don't ever need this character again. And as a character like Karnak, I don't think we're going to be getting an update anytime soon, which kind of sucks. And then finally, which I was pretty surprised to find was my favorite, was Comander Rodgers. Now, obviously, Captain America is my favorite superhero. So I get anything Captain America. Normally, I wouldn't buy him. You know, I don't get like all the Iron Man and all the Spider-Man and Wolverine variants. But Cap, I'm all in on Cap. So I actually think that this is pretty good. Starting off with a really strong head sculpt. I like the way that looks. I love the blue eyes and the hair. There's like a wash in the hair that you can kind of see on there. I really like that. And I think the paint on the body is pretty clean. I think another layer would have been nice because it does get a little transparent on the inner parts, but I understand. So I don't think it looks bad. I like that all the buckles are painted on the belt and you can see like on the straps and stuff. I think the legs are painted okay. They're better painted than Marvel Boy for sure. And then you get these weird like boot covers, and I think that they look pretty good. I like that they did like a glossy coat on the boots. You do get like paint in the hands and the fingers. The arms got it. The star on the side is very clean. I think that that's very well applied. And I like the silver paint that they used. So It's pretty good looking. The only complaint that I have is I'm not a huge fan of this body mold in general, and he has pins, and I think at this point we should all be pinless, right? Especially when you have like the blue I just hate that kind of stuff. It's that kind of stuff that's lazy. And then no accessories to speak of other than the shield, which is the translucent shield, which I've always wanted this in my collection. So I'm pretty happy with it. But it is the clip-in peg system, so use at your own risk. But I think that he looks pretty good holding it, so not too bad. There shouldn't be any scaling confusion here, or surprises, but here they are next to the NECA Kong and the Jazzwares Fortnite Series Peely. Here they are standing alongside the Marvel Legends X-Men Darwin, who just fell, and the Dark Knight Returns McFarlane Toys Batman. Now, obviously, Karnak and Darwin hold the same body mold. Two of my favorite characters on my least favorite body mold by Hasbro, so of course, I'm not too happy about that. And then finally, of course, we have them here with Zombie Captain America, which is concerning the hell out of Comander Rodgers over here. So while you probably have a good idea, some of you out there might be wondering, Elliot, what are your final thoughts on these figures? And I gotta say, underwhelming, I think, is the word of the day, kids. There's just not much here to love or to like, to be completely honest with you. I think that they are okay and will get the job done, as I don't think any of them are going to be getting an update anytime soon. So if you are even remotely interested in these characters, get them now while you still can, because we're not going to be getting new ones anytime soon. And that's pretty disappointing, as I am a big fan of two of these characters. So what are you going to do? Especially considering they've been killing it with the Captain America figures lately, and this one's just not one of them. So at the price point of $27, like, damn, that's nuts to think about. I can't give these guys more than a 5 out of 10. They'll do, but they have a lot of work ahead of them to be great. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot over there, have a lot of fun. I also post on Letterboxd, and I would like to get 100 followers by the end of the year. That would be awesome. So follow me on Letterboxd if you haven't already, if you're interested in that app. It's a movie app. I love it. I'm a big movie guy too, so yeah, go ahead and follow me on that. But otherwise, that's all I got for today. As always, let me know. You coppin'? See you guys in the next one. Peace. What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.